so that we can take on after 6 o'clock. Yeah. So let me stop sharing here. And yeah. So, right. So how do I introduce Naveen and Sirisha? That's very interesting. Well, I'll have to take out the Advik from the picture. Advik is their son. So what I see them as, they're a very enterprising couple. Now, I'm not looking at them professionally being enterprising. They're professionally entrepreneurs, very enterprising in different things that they do. I'm not going into that, but they're also very enterprising in their open learning journey. And that is how I look at them, and I enjoy listening to their, thoughts and questions. And sometimes they would call and talk to us, and sometimes we'll meet and sit together and chit chat and so on. So that's been a beautiful association with them, and which started long back, almost 10 years back, no? So,
Yes.
so inviting you to start 10 years back, don't tell us anything about now. Let's start 10 years back. And I would like the focus not to be up. So we are not going to tell about Advik. Okay. We are going to talk about, or rather, I would like to talk about you. What was going on in your mind? What were your thoughts? How did you see things? And how has that happened over a period of these nine years or 10 years? Yeah. So over to both of you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Naveen here, and my wife Sirisha.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah. So Sirisha, you can start. I will also join in between. I'll share my views.
Yeah. Nice to be with all of you. Where all the community members share the same thought process. We also were in your position 10 years back, confused about our learning journey with our son. Basically, both of us, we are into manufacturing of Montessori materials, and we supply to schools. So even though we know so many schools, we were not confident that the schools are doing justice when coming to learning requirements of the children. So we were not very happy the way schools were running. And my son was going to a Montessori school in Bangalore, where they had Montessori education only up to 3rd standard. So we were very happy with the Montessori method because there were no pressure on the child. It was a play for him. He was enjoying going to school, being there. Our pressure started when he was in 1st standard, because we know this method is there only up to 3rd standard. So we were telling the school, the management was very good. They were very much dedicated. So we were telling them to continue the Montessori method till 10th standard. But like us, there were many other parents who were pressurizing them not to do Montessori method, because they wanted the regular exams, the same homeworks, all that they wanted. So majority has won, and we were not able to convince them to continue in that method after 3rd. So from 1st standard only, we started looking for a alternate schools where his learning can be taken care, because we didn't wanted him to pressurize. He was nicely enjoying in his school, playing with the apparatus and with the children, all that. So we didn't wanted the regular stream of learning. So we started searching when he was in 1st standard only. Then we went around to many schools, along with few more parents from the school where Advik was going. So 3 of us, we started exploring many schools, and in that journey we came across Aarohi, where it was a very different experience. When we contacted Aarohi, they asked us to come and stay with them for 1 week, and then you take a decision, like that they told, which we felt is something very different compared to the other schools whom we have approached. So myself and other parents, we went and stayed in Aarohi, and we liked it very much, the way the children were doing the work there, the way child is confident and independent in doing his work. We really liked as a parent, and we also, like, instead of being a parent, we were like a student there. We were also exploring our interests, what we like, what we are not able to do because of our regular day-to-day responsibilities. What we had, we were not able to do many things. So when we were there, we started exploring for ourselves as a child. So that is something every person who is there in the campus will feel. Even whenever I go to Aarohi, I always feel like a child exploring, not like a parent. Anyhow, sharing will be happening all that as a parent, but always I'll be exploring so many other things whenever I go to Aarohi. So I don't feel Aarohi is a separate place only for children. Even all of us, we can explore the learning in different ways, different stages. We can explore different things with the like-minded people. So that is something very different, I feel, when I am in Aarohi. And so that 1 week when we were there, we really liked the Aarohi, the way they were approaching the children, the way they were facilitating, the way the child is involved in almost every activity happening in the campus. So the type of confidence the children has developed there, all that we as a parents, we really liked. And that is something we felt our child also should have all those environment where he can be exposed to all these things. Then we decided we will join him, and it was not a easy decision. He was just 8-year-old. He was in 3rd standard, and he was very small. So leaving him, how he will travel to Aarohi every week, as a parent, it was very hard for us to decide. Because 1 week he will be there, and how he come back, so all that was a concern. But still we decided, in spite of difficulties personally and also with the family members. They were very much upset that we are sending him to like a hostel. They were feeling we are sending him to a hostel. How can you send one child you are having, and that too you are not having time even for your one child. That's why you are sending hostel. All this type of feedback from our family members. So in spite of all that, we explained them all about the campus, everything. This is why we decided, but still they were not happy. Even then, we decided, let us do it. It is good for the child. So we decided. So it was very hard decision for us, and somehow we took it. Now we feel very happy we did that time. Otherwise, I don't know. I can't think of any other thing. So I feel we did a good decision of doing that. So it was a very rewarding experience as a parent when I saw him. Almost he took 3 to 6 months to settle down there, because so many changes were there. Yeah, Montessori school where he was going, he was playing all that, but here it was a different ball game altogether. Here it is not only about studies. There were so many things he has to do. In everything there was action. There is nothing like only listening or doing. Everything he has to perform there. So he took time. Took time to settle down. He was the first development what I saw. He was very much fearful of dogs. So the first thing I saw a change in him is after joining Aarohi campus, he was not fearing the dogs. In fact, he started taking care of the dogs, feeding the dogs. So that is one thing immediately I saw a change in him. And traveling, he started learning how to travel in a group. How to get into a train, how to get into a auto, how to follow the things, the disciplined way of traveling he learned. That is something which we are very happy the way he has taken up. Now anywhere he travels, that small thing what he has learned, now he is so disciplined. Whenever he travels, it has become like a habit to him. He plans his journeys, he travels on his own, in city, outside city, anywhere. Now he can travel on his own. I think he's traveling from last 4 5 years. He's traveling on his own, which is something I don't see in the present children. They want some adult to be accompanied. They don't have confidence of traveling on their own. That small act, what when Aarohi children were traveling in groups and to different places they used to explore in Aarohi. So each person used to take some responsibility. One person for medicine, one person for food, one person for places. Like that, each child used to have one responsibility when they go outside Bangalore for various explorations. So same way, whenever we travel as a family, each of us, we divide some responsibilities, and Advik takes care of few responsibilities. So that has become an integral part of our family travel. So there are many things which we have, what Advik and we have learned in Aarohi. It has become a part of our life. Now Advik is not going to campus, but still Aarohi is there with us in our day-to-day living. The way we handle things, the way we handle Advik. So there are many aspects which still it has become like a routine for us. Like one major thing in Aarohi, what I have seen is like you have the kitchen and you have all the ingredients. Whoever wants whatever they want, you come and do it. Like that, here in our house also, whoever wants to prepare anything, anytime they just go, they prepare and they will have. So like that, many aspects, it is not just for the child, it is like as a family also we can implement it. We are implementing in our house. And like when we have resources, we should take care of it. So that also I like very much. And whatever he was doing, he was, whenever he was in Aarohi, he was doing so many activities there in the school. But when he used to come on the weekends, he was like taking rest. I said, what, only in Aarohi you will take care of the resources, and when you come back to house, these resources need not have to be taken care of. Why it is only for the Aarohi you feel? Let us start implementing. So we started doing that. Now every person, whoever is in our house, whoever comes to our house also, they also have to take care of the resources, and we also take care of the resource, because it is giving us the comfort. So we have to maintain those resources. So all of us, we take the responsibility. It is not like a maid's work or the people who are coming to help us. It is not only their work, we also have to get involved. So all of us, we take care. Like this, all the small things what Advik has learned when we went, and when we have observed all these developments in the child, we started implementing as a family. And as adults also, we have found many changes. The way we lead our life, professionally also, personally also, it has impacted us a lot. And we had been following many of those activities what Advik is doing, so that we can implement in our family also. Some more things are there. I will leave to Naveen. I am only talking. Let him also do some sharing. Then again, I'll come back if anything he has forgotten.
Okay, so basically, open learning concept, we were also introduced through Aarohi only. We had understanding about alternate education and different other methods, but open learning is something which we also got introduced when we met Aarohi, when we met Ratnesh, Aditi, and we got really inspired with the whole concept and the whole approach. So if you look at the whole concept of open learning, it makes a person become more responsible towards every aspect of our life. It's not just about the learning. So what happens in regular school is the major focus is on learning. The main focus is on going through the curriculum, going through the books. The ultimate focus is the exam, but but a lot of things the child lose in the process, just by focusing on the curriculum or just by focusing on the exams. But when we went through this open learning journey, it was not just Advik learning. We also learned a lot. As Sirisha explained, we also had to change our attitudes, our approach, our living style. So a lot of things, we had to undergo changes. With respect to, looking at the Advik, what he has gone through this whole journey, I think he had a very enriching experience. What I would say is in last 9-10 years, he had a fantastic journey, which as when I was child, I never had such kind of an opportunity. Many times I envy him, that when I was small, in every exam, I used to either fail or just pass, and I used to get beatings. Whereas this guy never had such type of thing. There is no exam, no thing. But they had a much more rigorous way of learning and much more rigorous way of assessing themselves. What I really liked about the whole concept in open learning is you do review and reflection on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis. That one thing has, to my surprise, even we ourselves have started adopting. Even Advik is there for him. This whole process is still being implemented by him. So for instance, I'll just give you an example. Advik was very weak when it comes to the physical. He was very weak when it comes to running, and he can't run even 100, 200 meters, Whereas in last 10 years, the journey, what he has gone through his own review and reflections and through his own process, it's all driven by him. We have not driven him. We have not told him you have to do this. But today, I'm really surprised at the way in which he is approaching towards his fitness. He goes every day to gym. He is doing running. He has got set his own goals, what he wants to achieve. Recently, on his 17th birthday, he ran 17 kilometers. I mean, I was surprised. He didn't told me that he's running 17 kilometers. But morning he went for a running and came back and said he has ran 17 kilometers. Now he has set goal that he wants to run 5 kilometers within 30 minutes. So these all something which we have not driven. We have not told him you have to do this, or nobody has pressurized him. It is all he has come up on his own. And these are all because of open learning. So one of the important thing about open learning is you need to have you need to believe your child. You need to believe your child. You need to believe yourself that whatever the journey that we are going through is good. So that is something very, very important. Without judgment, without any judgment, without any prejudice, if you approach towards the child, I'm sure every child will come up with something really beautiful. It's not only with Advik. We are seeing with all other children who has gone through open learning. Not only in Aarohi, many other forums through open learning children are going through. I mean, the way the children are, the way they talk, the maturity in which they are, the kind of work they are doing, it really amazes me. And believe me, nothing is through any pressure. They are not going through any kind of a pressure. For instance, Advik decided he wants to do 10th exam. We didn't put any, we were guiding him, but it's all he was driving the whole thing. And in 3 months, he prepared, he wrote 10th exam, he got a decent marks. Even there also, we said, if you just pass, it's fine for us. You need not have to worry. Even if you fail, it's fine for us. But then he himself said that anyway, I am to put 3 months of efforts. Why not I aim for a higher marks? So we were surprised. How come this guy is telling that he wants to aim for higher marks? So these are some of the things is, what I realized is open learning makes a child more responsible, more committed towards whatever he is doing. In pandemic time, he decided he wants to learn stock market. He put a lot of efforts in about 1.5 years. He has done a lot of research, lot of work. A lot of through self-learning method he did, and he also attended some training. He went for internship with one stockbroker for about 6 months. So he had a very enriching experience. Of course, now he is not pursuing that seriously, although he's spent some time here and there for stock market. So one of the things what I have observed in open learning is children keep on evolving different interest, not just one interest. Their interest keep changing. Earlier when he was small, suddenly he got an interest of doing crochet. So for about 6 months only crochet, every day and night only crochet, nothing else.
And he has done so many products with crochet, tea coasters, purse, so many things. Even when he is talking to somebody, he will sit with crochet and he will be doing nothing was in this world, only crochet.
Then a time came drumming, then only drumming. Then a time came accounts. He was an accountant in Aarohi. So 1 year, I don't know, he has done so much of work in accounts. Even today, he remembers the accounting work, what he did in Aarohi. He when for a short period, we sent him to a college also during the first PUC, which was actually a disaster. So 2 months, all his friends were asking him doubts about the accounts, how to, various accounting things and all. So if you look at, the open learning is, given a chance, if I was a child, I would have also, would have asked my parents to give that kind of experience. The kind of experience that not just Aarohi, not just Advik, all the children who has gone through open learning, the kind of exposure is something really amazing. They had a regular travels in different locations. Many visitors used to come to Aarohi, talking to them. There was a session on permaculture, which we as a family got inspired. Now we have got into the permaculture farming, and Advik is also part of it and doing a lot of work. So these are all the things that we as a parent have in fact changed ourselves. The kind of living that we are going through, probably if we had not gone through these things, we would have been in a kind of a rat race and going through all sorts of difficulties in our life. So we have kept our life very simple, although we have our business and we have thing going on, but still our living has been a very simple living. And thanks to this open learning, thanks to Aarohi, because the kind of experiences that we had, it's really amazing. I can say that as a parents, you are having interest to listen to what is about open learning. That itself is a great thing, that you want to know about open learning. Maybe you may choose for your child, you may choose a regular thing, but definitely some of these aspects of open learning you can still implement and see a lot of benefit you can give it to your child. So that is what I would like to share. And it's been a great journey. It's an ongoing process. It's a regular thing that we have adopted in our life. And I hope that this journey, not just for me, for my son also, it goes through and percolates down. That's what I would like to say. Yeah.
So initially I had thought, Naveen Sirisha, that I will ask you some questions, but I think you guys have really covered a whole lot of points. I will quickly invite the audience. Let me stay quiet today totally. And let's invite the audience. Please throw your questions to them. Let's get from them all their whatever thoughts and questions you have. Please go ahead. You can come on mic, you can come on video, however you want it. Also
So
chat, yeah, you can use chat also.
Yeah, I have a question. I would like to know how you kept your son away from gadgets, and how did you, because now it's like given a little free time, the kids, they just get so pulled towards the gadgets. So this is one challenge that I face with my son, and me, especially me being a single parent, I'll have to concentrate a lot on my business. So which means, I'm not able to give my 100% to him. So whenever I just leave him a little free, I see that he's going towards gadgets. So, but then I just want to know, because in open learning, you have a lot of ways to explore things, of course. But how is this like? I mean, would you suggest any way? Like, how do you keep them away from gadgets? Sorry, that's the question.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to answer that question. Actually, before Aarohi, we had a TV in our house. Okay, after when he was going to Aarohi, there was a lot of sessions and this screen time, all the discussions, and I think some challenge they have given for 1 week. We should not use any gadgets, TV, nothing. Even family should follow that. Something like that was there. I remember some 5 years back or 7 years back when Advik had just started going, maybe the first year or second year. So that 1 week, we also as a parents, we have not used any of the gadgets for entertainment purpose. Okay, we were using mobile for business and all, that is fine. So the 1 week we didn't use the TV. And that created a thought process in us, is it really needed? Now from last, I think 5 years or 6 years, we don't have TV in our house. So that is completely stopped. We don't use any for entertainment. All of us, we are having mobile. I think for Advik Anis, maybe during pandemic time, we gifted him a mobile with some conditions that he will use that for learning purpose, not for the entertainment. And for entertainment as a family, we see sometimes in a laptop some movie and all, but as such we are not exploring mobiles or any screen time for entertainment. For learning purpose, yes, any number of hours if we want to use, we can use, but still on that, for Advik there is a restriction. He has to do some other physical other activities also apart from the learning through gadgets, because too much of learning through gadgets also we are feeling is getting strained. So we have not given much. Now he is also understanding. He doesn't have that habit. Sometimes he plays chess as a recreation, but as such we don't have that problem at all, because we decided that we use screens only for learning purpose, not for the entertainment. And there are so many activities, he will be so busy that none of us we feel the need for it.
See, one of the important thing, which in Aarohi is driven, or in open learning, specifically in Aarohi, is a concept of freedom and responsibility. So you have a one coin where there are two phases. So one phase is having a freedom, another phase is responsibility. This is actually drilled down in the not only in children's mind, even in the parents. So we as a parents, practically used to follow this freedom and responsibility. And we used to also have discussion with our son that, on this aspect, we used to have a discussion. So I think I very vaguely remember Advik using gadgets till say his pandemic time. Okay. Once pandemic came, he started using mobile laptop predominantly for two main reasons. One is for chess and learning about the stock market. So for 1.5 years, he was totally involved in learning about the stock markets. Day and night, he was only focused on that, nothing else. So we as a parents, we also felt that it's fine that he's using for, a learning aspect. So I think as a parents, we also need to believe our children and keep on discussing on this aspect. So with that, I think you should be able to handle this, keeping the gadgets away from the children. That's what I would like to say.
And if they have interesting activities to do, I don't feel they will even feel the need for the screen time. In our family, none of us we feel the need for entertainment, because we are all so occupied in learning one or other activities. After we come back to house, we have family time, we have so many other things to do that we don't feel the need for entertainment and for the gadgets. And because we are not doing that, automatically child also will not have that urge to do that. We have to be the role models for the child. the way we do, automatically they follow. Whether we tell them not to do also, they'll follow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So much of insights. I'll try to follow that with my son. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
People get surprised that we don't have TV in our house.
If more questions, as I said, you can come on mic or you just use chat, or you can also on your video so you can even Naveen and Sirisha can see you. If that would be nice. Yeah.
Hi. Happy to have listened to your story. It was so amazing. And I have one question. My child is 3 years and 9 months old now. I haven't taught him anything. I mean, when I read, he comes with his book and he would ask me to read. So I haven't properly taught him anything like A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, and all that. I haven't taught. But then I have a question. Like, when did your child started learning? Started reading words, reading books, maybe ABCD or whatever be it is. When did your child started?
Yeah, actually, I think for this question, Ratnesh is the right person to answer.
because for us,
because I have seen, I understand, I know about Drupad, his son, so I think till 7 years he was not able to read, but then today he is a very voracious reader. So I think Ratnesh, you should answer about this. Of course, my son was going to a Montessori school. He learned, at the right age, whatever the regular age in a school, typical school environment, he was able to read, write, all that. There was absolutely no problem. Academically, he didn't add any issue. But I think for this question, Ratnesh is the right person to answer. And I am really, I really get inspired with, Drupad's story. And I have quoted his story to many people when they talk about this reading, writing and all.
Yeah, there's not much story. What you are doing, this is exactly what we did. We would read to whenever he wanted to be read to. And whenever he decided that he wants to start reading on his own, which was in his 8th year, he just started reading on his own. That's it. There is no meaning. Yeah, but that is a big story in itself. But in lumps of length, it is not a big story. But how naturally he picked up reading. Yeah. Thank you.
And believe me, after all these years, I feel, reading, writing, the academics part, these are all, it's only needed to certain level. But unfortunately, in regular school, only reading, writing, academics is drilled down to so much level that the child is actually losing much more precious experiences. That's what I feel.
Yeah, like we didn't taught him anything in our house. We didn't taught, because in a Montessori schools they are clearly specified not to teach ABCDs and all, and they implemented that phonics system in a very systematic way to him, by which he doesn't have any problem with reading or writing. He did up to 3rd standard in Montessori way. So after that, when he started going to Aarohi, there was no much academics, but still when he took NIOS, he could able to read, write, and write beautifully in the exam, and he got almost 75%, which was a surprise to all of us, because he never wrote any exam through his childhood. Directly he went to the 10th standard and he has written the exam.
And maths, so nothing he had learned. He didn't have anything math. Just 3 months he prepared and then he wrote. I think he got some 77-78% marks in maths, which we were really surprised. And then he himself was telling that why schools are spending so many years of education to just make 10th pass.
I did it in 3 months. They have wasted so much of the time. That was his feedback, and he was so happy that he did in 3 months. That too 5 subjects he studied, and that 10th writing he should finish 8th, 9th, and 10th, because questions can come from any of these classes. So he could able to do, because he was exposed to so many learnings on his own. We didn't taught him also. Only for some doubts he used to come to me in mathematics. Otherwise, he carried on his own learning. So what they are learning is not important. How they are learning is important. Whether they are having interest to learn. It is not we who will decide whether we have to teach ABCD or numbers. It is not we. Whether the child feeling the need for it. When the child feels the need, oh, I have to have these skills, then definitely he will sit and learn. So I don't think as a parents we have to drive any learning things. We when the need comes, they will carry on their own. When he decided he wants to write 10th, he did all the activities. We didn't have to do anything. We have to just give support whenever he was getting stuck, emotional support. Sometimes he used to tell, wake me up at so and so time if I don't wake up with the alarm. So small support, that is what they are looking for when they get stuck. Otherwise, they are when it is clear for them what they want to do, definitely they will put efforts in that direction. So we should not bother, oh, other children are learning alphabets, numbers, my child doesn't know all this. It doesn't matter. Let them take their own time. When they feel the need, definitely they will learn.
So just to tell you, we as a parent also was anxious about his NIOS exam. So there was one school where they were specifically coaching for NIOS exams. And during this period, he was fully into stock market. So we took him to that school thinking that, okay, he can go there and attend the NIOS coaching. It was a NIOS coaching center. Then we met, they had an interview and all that. They said, yes, we can give the admission. And then the fees part came. They said some 1.5 lakh rupees is the total fees for the some 6-7 months and all that. So after all the interview, when we came out, Advik is telling, do you really want to spend 1.5 lakh rupees for this? If you want me to just pass, I will study and pass on myself. You give the 1.5 lakh rupees to me after I pass the exam. So we felt it is a good deal.
So did you give it to him?
Yeah, I gave it to him.
He has invested in stocks.
Oh, I will ask for commission.
Yeah, you have the authority to ask him.
Okay, more questions. Please request, don't raise your hands in the Zoom feature of raising hand. Just come on mic, preferably on video. Again, I think it's just mutual that you also on your video and connect visually and allow Naveen and Sirisha to see you. So that would be really nice if possible. Yeah. So please do that. Otherwise, you can always ask question on chat or mic. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello.
Is now what are Advik's plans for future and what is he doing now? Sorry if I missed that, if it was called earlier.
Wait,
Yeah,
that is
so,
out of scope of this. Wait, no, Naveen, you can't answer this.
It's out of scope. Okay.
This particular meetup is only to meet Naveen and Sirisha, know their story, not Advik's story. We'll get Advik separately. Please ask Advik his plans. You can ask, what are your plans, Naveen? When are you going on your nth honeymoon? You can ask all of that, but nothing about Advik directly. Sorry,
Okay. Fine.
Let it be about them first. Yeah, we'll get Advik. He will come. Don't worry.
Hello, ma'am. I would like to know, how do you handle the social pressure? Because I'm also homeschooling my daughter. The moment I meet my daughter, they ask me, then what she will do for her job in the future? This is the first thing everyone asks me. And they ask, how will she face examinations? How will she socialize with people? How do you answer all these? Like constantly, I keep getting these questions every day. So I just want to know, what is your approach towards this?
Yeah, we were also in a similar situation when we started on this journey, because we wanted our child to have the learning journey to be a happier one, not a pressurized one. So many people used to ask, oh, no exams, so what he will do, how he will write, and still that is going on. Still people ask what he will do, whether he will do job or anything. But what as a parents, what we are doing is we are interested what my son needs. It is not what the society needs or what I need. Is it really necessary to give 10th or anything? We didn't pressurize. He only decided. If he decides to do a job, then he will decide what he has to do for it. So whenever these social aspects come, it is he who has to decide what he wants. But always we will be having discussions like this. People will have expectations. The other children are doing what my child, like that we'll be discussing. But Advik is very clear, like he wants to learn the skills. Now still he is not clear whether he will do the job or whether he will do any work. He is not clear, but he is enjoying his learning journey. Like when he was doing stock market, like he was fully into stock market. He said, I am going to start stock market. First I will do, then I will take other people's accounts and I will manage their money. I like this, I will make a career in stock market, like that and all. He was very clear. But after 2-3 years now, that discussion only is not there now. He no longer want to be into stock market. Now he is into some other things. Now he is into video editing. So day and night he is doing video editing. Now he wants to start a firm where he wants to do video editing to people, something and all. Whichever skill he learns, he thinks of doing something in that. But after some time he will find something other things interesting. So I told, okay, you keep on doing whatever you want. When you feel passionate, this is it, what you want to do in your life, then you take it professionally. But at this age, he is still not clear what he is going to do, job or business. Never he discusses about job. Because even in our house environment, because we are into the business, so there is no much job discussion going on, but he wants to do something on his own, that he keeps telling, but it keeps changing. Once when he was doing chess, he wanted to be a chess champion. Then he was into stock market, he wanted to invest in stocks. Now he is into video editing. Now he wants to do video editing work for others. Yeah, he is doing for others also. Now he thinks he should do in that, but I am not very sure what he is going to do that. It's very open to him.
But your point with respect to the socializing skills and all that, I feel socializing skills is something specific to each child. Even if you look at in a regular school environment where there are a lot of children, there are some children who don't socialize. There are some children who socialize very well. So it is all individualistic, attitude and individualistic skill, I would say. So with respect to if you are thinking open learning, if your child is going through open learning, he may not socialize, is actually not true. I know a child, Aarohi child only. He is very good at socializing. He gets friends, he makes friends so easily. Whereas Advik is fine. He's okay. He's like, he's kind of a touch me not guy. Like, okay, I have done, discussed, that's it, end of it. He doesn't go behind the people and all that. When he's there with them, he's there with them. When he's outside, he's just there, he's not there with them. It's like that. So I think it's fine that, if your child is not socializing or something like that, there is nothing to worry about that, I feel. It is all specific, each individual's thing. Even if you look at myself, I am not a very good socializing person. Even though I have studied in a regular schooling, I am not a very good socializing person. But when I am with people, I talk normal. So I think it is very individualistic. So I feel as a parent, you should not be too much pressurized with this aspect.
Yeah, socializing is not a very important. Means we should not pressurize. The child should feel the need.
Yeah, child should feel.
Yeah, when Advik was going through Aarohi, he was very reserved. He was not much opening up, all that. But when he saw the other children, being very active with the group, all that, then he started realizing, oh, this is the skill which I have to do. Then he started identifying, this is the area which I have to work. Then he started working in that area, and to some extent he has achieved. Now any new person, he can go and talk. He doesn't have that shyness, all that, but he don't go at a very deeper level. So but he identifies, oh, this is the area which I have to develop. He is aware of it, and whenever occasion comes, he works on it. So even as adults, when we feel like we are in with like-minded people, we open up. So similarly it is with children. So I don't think socializing is a constraint when it comes to home learning or open learning. When we feel, oh, they are not exposed to big group, but whichever group they are exposed, definitely the effect will be there. So the child will get that concept anyhow when he feels the need. That is what, but they will take own time. Advik took a longer time for the social, developing the social skills, but it's fine. He has realized, and somehow he will get through that. He will put efforts.
Very well said. Thank you, ma'am. I have another question. Like this open learning is entirely new for us. We have been to schools. So has that conditioning come in between in your parenting? Sometimes do you feel, oh my God, my child is lagging here? Or sometimes maybe if we had gone back to school, it would have been better. Are there times like that? Because we have been conditioned differently. So that's why I'm asking you. Or are you okay with this open learning from the very beginning?
See, I never had a problem that I never thought that I have done a mistake by taking the route of open learning. You believe me, as a parent, after some time, you will be more confident that you did a good thing by going in the open learning. Because if you see the conditioning of the school, what is there in the school? Only few subjects they are teaching.
Right.
Only few skills the child is learning. Here in open learning, it's a big ocean, and they explore so many things. So many things. I can't even compare my child with the other children. He has developed so many skills, which would not have happened if you would not have taken this open learning.
The problem with regular schooling is that the learning will stop the day the child finishes his degree.
Yes.
Okay, the learning stops there. But the good thing about open learning is it's a constant process. You know, it is a regular thing. It is all driven by the child. So there is nothing is, there is no, conditioning here. What I would say is there is no conditioning. So if the child finds this is interesting, the child will go after it and try to learn, So I feel, you should not be worried about, of course, there were some times in between, we also got anxiety, not that, we didn't got anxiety. We also felt that, okay, maybe you should go. So one of the things was for when he finished his NOS, we thought, let him go to a regular college, which whatever skills I have to learn, I'm not getting. The point of his viewpoint was that I am not learning anything there. The whole objective of the college was to write for exam, prepare for the exam. That was the whole objective, which he was not into that. He was more interested in learning things. He was interested in, that time he was very much interested in stock market. He wanted to get experience and knowledge in that area, which he was not getting there. So then we said, okay, if you're not interested, you can, quit the college. And believe me, that moment, he had difficulties. He could not able to share his grandmother, his relatives and all that. Then we told him, you have taken the decision. You have to own it and tell people that you have left the college. There is nothing wrong to feel about that. And believe me, he openly went and told everyone that now I am not in the college. Some people were telling what you left the college. That is why he was not offended with that. And he was very clear that I'm going to tell everyone, and he owned it up. So this is something that, as a parents, that one particular period, we also felt we made a mistake to push him into college. Of course, he enjoyed 1 month of his college. He had a very fantastic time. But afterwards, once the academic came, once the test came, exam came, that is where he got pissed off, because that was all too much. He wrote first test also, and in all the subjects he got a good marks. Only in one subject he got less marks, and they had some name they gave, some separate class,
Improvement classes.
some improvement class, something. All those things was, as a parent, we also felt it is not relevant and not really needed for child.
Yeah.
So I think as a parent, we also had that situation. But as a family, we had a discussion and took a decision. And I think we are happy that we took a right decision.
How did you get an idea?
See, one more thing is here, the learning is not only for the subjects. There are so many things they were exposed to, like they do some gardening work, they grow their crops. So I think one of the year they decided to grow their own ragi and some other crop. So entirely the child managed the full crop, and even vegetables, all that he was doing. So when this then through Aarohi only we get introduced to permaculture concept. There was one workshop happened. One of the person who had come there, they have spoken about permaculture, and we were so much excited that we started learning about permaculture. And now just after he left the college, so we were in the farm for 2 months. Then the drip person who has done the drip work for our farm, he was very busy with other works. So for one patch where we have put the plants, we were not able to give the drip, and the plants were drying. So I told Advik, like, we cannot depend on person, let us do it for ourselves. So myself and Advik, both of us, we discussed, and we did the drip on our own. So he was the main person who has done all that work, and I was just supporting him how we can do where it is needed, all that. So that learning is very important. If he would have been to college, definitely he could not have done this work on his own. So being in the
And in the farming, many areas, lot of areas, he was able to remember whatever the work he had done in Aarohi. For instance, they had made a mud bricks. So he knows, even now he remembers because practically he had done that experience. So now we are planning to, build one mud house. So he was giving ideas. This is how we can do. So when we look at the way he talks, the way he tells about his past experiences, I feel yes, in the open learning method, practical doing things has got a lot of value addition to the child.
See, it's not only farming. See, they were doing so many activities. He can cook for himself, the basic skills. Everything he does, I really don't know as a parent how many other skills he is having. Only when I come across when he is doing, oh, I know he knows this also. Because many times he would not have shared, or we didn't have an occasion to see that he knows that skill. But when we know, like sometime he was very much interested in cooking. So that time he has explored pizza, burger, baby manchuri, then vada pav. I don't know what and all he has prepared.
Wrong timing.
Nice. Very nice. Every week he will come back from Aarohi. He will prepare some recipes for us. Now also it has gone. Once it comes to his mind, he goes into the kitchen. What he wants to prepare, he will prepare. He will ask us whether we would like to have. If we want, then he will prepare for us also. He takes the entire responsibility. I don't enter into the kitchen.
And it's not just with my son, all his friends who have gone through open learning. I see the similar pattern with all these children. There is one guy, his friend, he has gone into fitness area. He's become a gym instructor. And he's earning also. He's so confident. When you talk to him about gym, he can talk to you for maybe 2 hours. He can give you a lot of gyan. Similarly, if you talk to Advik about stock market, he can give you 2 days of continuous gyan on stock market. There is a girl who is doing film direction. If you talk to her, she will take you to a different world of film direction. These children, I really get so much surprised with the kind of knowledge and experience they have. In their talks, you can feel that they have the maturity level of, understanding the subject. If they don't know also, they will tell openly that they don't know. In every aspect, If let's say, even if small things, they are very upfront. They will tell on your face, this is what it is. I'm sure if any of you have visited Aarohi, you would have seen children how they are upfront in their talk. If some parent is doing something wrong, child will go and directly tell the parent, this you are not supposed to do. I mean, this kind of guts, as a children, when we were small, we didn't had, because we were conditioned. You should not talk. You should not tell anything. You should not ask questions.
You should respect
You
elders.
should respect elders. We were all conditioned. Whereas these kids are really amazing. They will talk very openly. They will give you feedback very openly. No outside something, inside something. All such manipulation is not there in these children. They are very open. They will tell what is there in their heart. So these are some of the things, are good things in open learning. And I urge parents to pursue. Maybe if you have constraints, you can try to incorporate some of these aspects. I'm sure Aarohi is such a wonderful place. It's open, it's open for everyone, anytime. So it is written, it's open campus, O campus.
So as a parents, we went into learning journey of permaculture. So forget about your child. You will go on a different learning journey for yourselves.
Okay, we can take few more questions. So I think some of you had, so please come one by one and you can ask questions. Yeah.
I want to ask, how did you get an idea to put Advik in open learning? What made you realize that it's the right time to put him into open
I
learning?
think that's been covered, Yogi. They've already, Sirisha has shared in
Okay, so
detail
I got
how
it.
it
Yeah.
led to open learning. So maybe you can catch that
Maybe
on the recording. Yeah.
yes,
Sirisha
thank
has
you.
really done a detailed expression on that. Yeah.
Okay, I was late actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
No problem.
More questions?
Hi Naveen, I I'm overwhelmed by your experience and the way you share it and the way you speak. You don't look like a talkative person, but you talk very, very well.
Yeah.
And I completely echo what you're saying about the envy part. Every time I hear these kids, the Skanda or Advik's story now, and then Asavari, and so many other students, other children, I feel envious, because when I was small, I'm 46. So when I was small, we didn't know such a world exists. We did not know that this was possible. I mean, I'm feeling so very envious, and I have mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I also had a specific question for you, and this is for you,
Okay.
for you and your wife. You mentioned this multiple times, that Advik does one thing, and then after some time, maybe some years I should say, that he gets bored and he does something else. Whether he gets bored or not, whatever, he changes his mind, does something else, and then after some time does something else, and then something else. As a father, as a mother, don't you feel worried about that? That maybe my child is a rolling stone, he will gather no moss.
Yeah. So see, this is the age of exploring, so I think we should allow the child to explore, and somewhere down the line, because of their experiences, because of their surrounding environment, they will figure out, they will come up with some solution. What is that solution? I don't know right now. What he will do in future, whether he will stick on to one area of ping and all, I really don't know. But what I see, the plus point is that he is exploring. He's trying to explore different things. Suddenly 2 months back or 3 months back, he got into boxing. He wanted to learn boxing, so he was going for boxing classes. Now he is so much worried about fitness, so these are something which he is exploring. And believe me, just want to give you an example. 1 year back, he was not able to do push-up. He was not able to do pull-up. A child who can't do push-up for 1 year back, today is able to do 40 to 50 continuous push-ups. Now, how that is possible, I don't know.
40 to 50, and in a day, I don't know how many push-ups he is doing.
How he figured out, I really don't know. It is just, he He has, figured out what he wants to do. He has spoken to his friends. He has spoken to his gym instructor, found out what kind of food to eat, all sorts of things he has done. And today, so confidently, he is able to do push-up and pull-up. I really get surprised, in 1 year, 1 year back, nothing. He can't even do push-up. He was so weak. In 1 year, this is a transformation. So when a child is having that capability to decide what he wants to do, how he wants to do, I think tomorrow, maybe after, let's say, 3-4 years, he wants to decide, he wants to do something. And I feel as a parent, he will be able to figure out. He will figure out how to do. And today, the world is full of information. There is so much overload of information. Children will definitely figure out and they will come up with some solution.
See, now this age, now he is in teenage, now he is around 17 years. So normally, even when I go back, when we were at that age, we were not clear what we want to do, what will happen to our future. We were always dreaming, wondering what will happen. So same thing happens at this age, I feel. So we should give their time for them to sort out things for themselves. With whatever the learning skills, whatever the open learning, where they are teaching for themselves, where they are learning on their own, when they feel the need that this is it, what I want to do in life, I think they will stick to it and they will come up in that in their life. So we are just we have to provide them the freedom for them instead of pressurizing us, oh, don't only do this, do that. Just give them the freedom. I think they will figure out, because we never pressurized him to learn anything, but depending on the age, everything is happening. I think once they reach, I think 20 years, they will figure out all that. I feel the age also plays an important role. Now this age is meant for their learning purpose, so we are just leaving that, let them explore how many skills they want to learn. Then they will figure out what to make out of the skills what they have learned. Anyhow, the environment will teach them, the people whom they will expose, they will get impressed by them, they'll get seeing them, they will learn on their own. As a parent, we have to just be a observer and facilitator, and whenever they get support, we have to just provide them the support. That is what only we do. We don't pressurize on anything. We keep telling this is the important skill in the society, you have to earn, you need to concentrate on one. We'll be having a discussion, but we won't tell him that you have to do it and now you have to do it, nothing sort of things. We will be having discussions like this child who was now, earlier he was doing engineer, now he is going for work, he is earning, he is supporting the family, all the discussions will be going on. But we don't pressurize him because they are doing, you should do it, or you have the need. When he is having the need, I feel he will figure out what to do. But we have made very clear, after certain time, you have to be on your own. You have to be independent financially. We keep discussing that point. So let him figure out what he has to do for that.
Just to give you about his fitness, 4 or 5 years back, if you ask him to go for fitness, do gym, we used to tell him, he was not at all showing any interest. Once in Aarohi, there was a challenge, 30 days challenge they had taken for running. That time he did the challenge. That is when the spark came in his mind that he also has to improve his fitness. But believe me, in last 1 year, the transformation, what I am seeing in him with respect to fitness, I am not telling any other area, with respect to fitness, is something really amazing. I mean, he is able to, I can't even, for your information, in our family, ours is a joint family, about more than about 60-70 people in our family. Not even one person, elder or younger or children, nobody is able to do push-up. Forget 1 or 2 push-up. I was thinking that in our gene only the push-up is not possible. Even believe me, in our gene only that push-up is not possible. We are not fitness people. Even there is my elder brother is there who is a doctor. He also used to tell in our gene there is no push-up. Now, if I see this guy, I am really, all these years we were in a different notion. And I feel so, looking at not just Advik, all these children who have gone through open learning, really amazing work. the kind of work these children are doing, we as a parents not just feel proud, we also feel that we have taken right decisions at right time, and also got engaged with right community. See, one of the important aspect is the right community. So I think people surrounding with Aarohi and a lot of other groups through which we had opportunity to mingle with them. So these all has given us to develop a lot more understanding of open learning, and still it's a ongoing process. I feel as a parents, many areas we are not doing things in open learning. When I see there are a lot of other parents doing so many things, people are traveling here and there, going for Himalaya trekking and all. We are not done all that. But maybe the gene is a problem in me, not going for trekking.
Yeah, and believe me, as a parent, no, your work will reduce in open learning. You will be on your journey of learning. The child will be learning. Only you will have discussions when each of you need. So you will be spending quality time, not the quantity of time with your child. And you will have so much of time for yourself to do so many things for yourself. So open learning is something which will give space to all of us to be on their own instead of being constrained to one person and another. So it gives free thinking to all of us, and we can be, see, we are just a few years elder than the child, that's all. Okay, so we are not any experts here or anything. So we are on our journey, they are on their journey. That's all. You have to support each other in each of us, our journeys. That is what we are doing. And believe me, we are having so much time to do so many things as a family, which I am seeing other families are not having that much time. They're struggling for small things. Each person is dependent on others. So a lot of time they are wasting, and no misunderstandings, all that. Here we have so much time for each one of us. We are enjoying our life. Parenting is such a joyful journey for us in this open learning, which no, it would not happen if you would have taken the traditional way. So as a parents, we are very, very happy. And Advik keeps telling us, Mom, I don't know what has come to your mind. You have done the biggest good decision in your life by sending me to this open learning. He keeps complimenting me. He keeps complimenting me whenever he feels that, whenever it comes to his mind. And you don't believe now people have started identifying that. Now, whenever the social functions happen, so they are able to see the developments in the child. It is so much visible, which other children, they are not able to do. He handles everything. When we do any social functions, he talks to people, he do all the works. I don't have to tell anything. I'm so stress-free that they will handle on their own. Now people know, whereas in other families, I say, do this, child don't know what to do. Everything they have to explain to a child. Here it is not like that. I'll just tell, do this, he will go and do it. He will figure out how to do it. I don't have to explain step by step. So this is something, as a parent, you get a lot of time to explore for yourself. You also will be on your learning journey along with your child. So this is what we have got.
Okay, there is a question. Did you observe any downsides and challenges in open learning journey?
Okay, so we'll take that as the last question. And Sirisha, that's a goosebumpy moment for me when you say we are just few years older to them. Amazing. Goosebumps all over. Okay, so we'll take this as the last question. We are at 6:27. So I just want to inform people that the recordings are all there. This lovely meetup with Sirisha and Naveen and all the previous, some 50, 60 recordings are there. So you can always look them up. And yeah, so last question, and then we will say bye-bye.
Okay, you want to take this question? Observe any downsides and challenges?
See, we literally, because we had a community to support us, I thought didn't had many challenges. Sometimes no, we used to feel in the beginning he is not socializing, but after sometimes we saw he is working on it. So we used to feel this is what he is missing. but we were never sharing. No, you have to work on this. Nothing. We just used to give him the space, and he was working on that. So that is the support of the community what we had. So whatever we had doubts, like this type of meetings, whenever we used to meet, we used to share our concerns. So in that we used to get, okay, we can handle like this. So we used to get some insights which helped us in the beginning. So once we started learning that, okay, whatever challenges are there, yeah, challenges will be there in futures also, but we need to have patience and just keep working on it. We are doing that now also. Many times people tell what he is going to do, all that. Okay, time is there. What is so urgent now? Now only he has to decide what he has to do. So we need to have a lot of patience, even though we feel this is the need my child has to work on, but that need he has to feel. Who am I to decide for him? So that is as a very challenge for me. Sometimes I feel he should think from my side, but I'm okay, I'm fine with him, because they may also expect as a parent I should not do like this. So it's all no, instead of having expectations on each other and creating challenge for other person, it's better that be patient and be with each other, and just be part of the journey. So we just doing that because when we wanted to send to college, because we felt he should have the feeling of the regular education, let him go to college, enjoy the college life. But it went the other side. It was our feeling that he has to explore. But what happened was the different together. Every time whenever he was coming from college, I used to ask him when he come back, what happened today? What is there? Same 5 subjects, same thing. What is new is there which I can share you? And his face used to be very pale, very dull. Seeing the face, I used to lose interest to ask him also. He was not ready to share any of the experiences, and he used to tell what I'm wasting time, what I can learn in one day they are teaching 1 week. I'm just wasting my time going to college. Because
Only downside is you will not get a certificate.
Do you
Only
think it is
downside is you will not
it is
get a
really
certificate.
downside?
Yeah, so that unfortunately the certificate is only required for you to get a job. Once you get a job, the certificate will be in a file, and you don't even see. I have not opened my certificate of my degree from last 30 years, 35 years. So
Yes.
that is the only downside you will face. Otherwise, it is only upside in open learning. That's I I put like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen and
now
Shirisha.
whenever
Yeah.
I'm back now from the work, when I ask him, he is so much to share what work he has done from whole day. He is having so much to share, whereas when he was going to college, what is there? Same 5 subjects, same thing. What is there to tell? Nothing is there. This was his answer. So he's enjoying this learning. I can see the glow in his face. That is more important than what we want as a parent or as a society. I don't feel that is all important for us. He's being happy, he's being enjoying the process is more important.
Thank you, Sirisha. Thank you, Naveen. Usually
you.
I say a lot of insights. Today I'll say a lot of punches. You are the boxers with yours. You've been punching us left and right.
Boxing, no? So we are learning
Yes,
how to
yes.
punch.
You're getting influenced, and the push-up effect is happening. You gave us a lot of punches, and awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed fully. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you.
And yeah, we will continue this journey. Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.